This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to analyze the Grade 1 $1 million Pacific Classic at Del Mar, Saturday, August 31st, 2024. This 10th race is for 3-year-olds and up, traveling 1.25 miles on the main track. Scheduled post time, 9:13 p.m. Eastern Time. And now we'll pull up the field and look at the last 3 Today's Racing Digest final time ratings for each entrant in this field. And beginning with number 1 in here, Miracolo, and he's shipping in from the East Coast. And his last 3 final time ratings, 141, 147, and 140. So based on those numbers, he is a contender in this race. There goes Harvard, and he's one that he ran a 135 last time, a 146, and then a 137. He'll have to get a little bit faster. He has run some races in his past that give him a look in here. Dr. Venkman, this is his second race around 2 turns. He stretched out and got a 149 final time rating last time. Prior to that, a 141 and then a 149 in 2 sprint races. Reincarnate for trainer Bob Baffert. A disappointing 119 last time, but that was at 1.5 miles. Prior to that, a 140 and a 126. Katonah came off of a long layoff and got a 146, and that was in the San Diego. Prior to that, he got a 152 and a 138. Full Serrano for trainer John Sadler, and John Sadler has saddled the winner of the Pacific Classic 4 of the last 6 years. And this horse made his U.S. debut with a 135 final time rating, and he got good pace ratings in that victory. Adare Manor, this one for Bob Baffert, with a 153, winning the Grade 1 Clement L. Hirsch last time, 147 and 156 in the last 3 races, and she's definitely fast enough to win this. And she's a mare taking on the boys in this spot, and Beholder was able, as a filly taking on the boys, win this race. None Above the Law, a Calbred, and this one with a 134, a 141, and a 132 in the last 3 starts. Mixto with a 137, a 122, and a 134, and he rounds out the field. So looking at the overall numbers, Adare Manor should be forwardly placed. She's the favorite. She's fast enough to win this. Some others that have some decent numbers in here. Dr. Venkman, we'll see if he can go this far. And then Miracolo down on the inside. So they have some of the best numbers. And now we will look at the past performances in this race, which are provided by todaysracingdigest.com. And then I'll go through each horse, and then I'll give out my top choice. And number 1 in here, Miracolo, 5-1 morning line. Mike Smith is going to ride. He was second 2 weeks ago in the Philip Island. That was a Grade 3 at Monmouth at 1 mile and a 16th. And in that race, he dueled on the lead. He was clearly second best, more than 15 lengths clear of the show finisher. The winner of that race, Subsanador, was originally considered for this race for trainer Richard Mandela, but he opted to ship that one for the Island. And as the favorite, Subsanador did win. Miracolo ran a quality race, finishing second. And this horse has won 2 Grade 3 races in his career, and he's hit the board in multiple stakes races. So he's one from the inside post that will probably end up stalking the pace, saving all the ground. There goes Harvard. He was not an original nominee to this race. But they supplemented him. For $10,000 after a private purchase, and he was also entered in the Del Mar handicap on the Pacific Classic undercard. But they're going to go in this spot. He's 15-1 morning line with Hector Berrios aboard, and he's run 2 times this year, both turf races. In the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile, he was 4th. He ran last of 9 in the Grade 2 Eddie Reed last time. Now, looking at his dirt form and going back to 2022. He won the Grade 1 Hollywood Gold Cup at Santa Anita at 1.25 miles, rallying from off the pace at 8-1 odds. And then his other effort in a Grade 1 on the main track, Santa Anita Handicap in 2023. He was 5th in a 9-horse field. That was an even effort. He should get pace to chase. He should be finishing. He's a little bit interesting in here at a price. Dr. Venkman, he's 5-2 morning line with Antonio Fresu aboard. Mark Latz, the trainer. 5 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds. He's 3 for 3 at Del Mar. And the question is, can he go 1.25 miles? His numbers are solid. He's got good tactical speed. It's just a question of, does he want to go this far? He won that San Diego when he stretched out last time. But do remember that the pace setter there, Arabian Night, he just wasn't the same horse coming off a long layoff, and he gave up fairly rapidly there. And Dr. Venkman just took over, opened up a clear lead, and he won by a length over Katonah, who's also in this race. Now, since then, Arabian Night's been retired. And now Dr. Venkman should be forwardly placed, like I said. If he can handle the 1.25 miles, he is an obvious contender. Reincarnate for Bob Baffert. And this one's run twice at Del Mar with a win in the second. 3 starts at 1.25 miles with a second and a third. Mile and a half last time, he was the heavy favorite in the Grade 3 Cougar the second. Now, Midnight Mammoth set the pace and ran away and won that race by 10 lengths. Reincarnate more than 7 lengths clear of the show finisher at 30 cents on the dollar. He's run okay at this distance in the Gold Cup, Grade 2. He set the pace. He finished second. And at the Santa Anita Handicap earlier this year, he was third in that race, up forwardly placed as well. Kazushi Kimura will take over as his rider. Now, for this horse that he faced last time, Midnight Mammoth was originally intended for this race, but Midnight Mammoth ended up with some kind of undisclosed injury, and he won't be able to participate in this race, but Reincarnate will. He's more of a slow speed horse. He likes to get up on the pace and just kind of grind away. He's kind of a one-paced horse, and I think he's probably a bit up against it in here. Katonah is next, and he's 8-1 morning line, and he came off of a long layoff in the Grade 2 San Diego, and he was second beaten a length. He was clear of the rest, 20-1 odds that day, and he ended his 2023 campaign with a win in the Pleasanton Mile. He's tested for class. He has a distance test as well. Full Serrano is interesting in here, 12-1 morning line. Raylu Gutierrez will ride. And as I said, John Sadler has settled the winner of this race 4 of the last 6 years. This horse is 1-for-1 at Del Mar, making his U.S. debut at Del Mar last time against Optional Claiming Company, a 1-mile race. Look at the fractions of this race, 21-2, 44-4, 110-1. He dueled on the lead from the inside post, and he was able to kick away and win by more than 2 lengths. That was a big effort. And for him, he's handled a mile and a quarter. If you go back to his Argentinian turf races, he won a race at a mile and a quarter on turf, December of 2023. January of 2024, a Grade 3 at a mile and a quarter on turf, second by a nose. So the distance shouldn't give him too much trouble. I think he's probably the one to catch based on those pace ratings last time out. And we know he can get the distance, and we know Sadler likes to point horses to this race. And he had a bullet 6-furlong workout in 111 and change on August 24th. Adare Manor's the one to beat. She's 9-5 on the morning line. Juan Hernandez, he had his choice to ride Reincarnate for Baffert or Adare Manor. He sticks with Adare Manor. 18 starts, 10 wins, 5 seconds. She's 2-for-3 at Del Mar. And this is her first start of the mile and a quarter. And she is a daughter of Uncle Mo. And this one likes to be forwardly placed. She looked really good in that Clement L. Hirsch. It looked like Scylla chipping in for trainer Bill Mott had that race won. She was up on the pace. She had a clear lead in the stretch. Adare Manor did not have a smooth trip stalking the pace. She likes to be right up on the pace. She had a bit of an uncomfortable trip, but when they found running room in the stretch, she kicked away and she won powerfully. That was a nice effort. I think she's better than she's ever been. She's a 5-year-old mare, and she's won all of her starts this year, or last 3 starts this year, easily by more than 5 lengths, 4 lengths, and more than 2 lengths last time. Good jockey trainer team, good early pressing speed, bred to go this far, has strong numbers, solid contender. None above the law, a Calbred gelding, and he's banked more than $600,000 as a Calbred. He's 1-for-6 at Del Mar, and he won at Los Alamitos, the Bertrando. That was a 1-mile Calbred stakes race. And then last time in the Cal Dreamin' on turf at Del Mar, he rallied to finish 3rd. Seems to be some pace in this race. He will be running late. He seems overmatched. Mixto, 1-for-13 with 2 seconds and 4 thirds. And he's 1-for-5 at Del Mar and 0-for-2 at a mile and a quarter. He has run well in some stakes races. In the Grade 2 San Antonio, he was 2nd. Grade 2 San Pasquale, he was 3rd. The Big Cap, he was 5th. The Californian, he was 3rd. The Gold Cup, he was 5th. And then last time in the Pleasanton Mile, he was 2nd. The thing that concerns me is his Gold Cup and Santa Anita handicap efforts. That's the kind of horses he's meeting here, and he was 5th in both of those races. Outside post, first start off after a short layoff, he probably is a bit up against it. So definitely Adare Manor is the one to beat in here. But I'm going to take a shot at a price with number 6, Full Serrano, as my top choice. And this horse, I just think they're going to try to wire the field in here, and maybe he'll be able to go this far. We know he was able to go this far on turf in Argentina, and visually impressive in his first start in this country. Fast pace, put away the other horses. Now, typically, these horses coming from South America need time to acclimate, but right off the bat, he was ready to go. Fractions were strong, and he kept on going. The main track has been favoring speed most of the meet, and I expect Full Serrano under Raylu Gutierrez to try to wire the field in here. So my top 4 choices in this race, the 6, 7, 1, and 2. And if you want to read my handicapping article for this race, You'll find that handicapping article with wagering strategies later this week at todaysracingdigest.com. And then I also have a Today's Racing Digest promo code to share with my YouTube audience. And this promo code is for the 3-track Complete Digest pack. And you can use it from now through the end of the Del Mar meet on September 8th. And some of these big days coming up, good days to use it. Some of the tracks that they're using, Del Mar, Gulfstream, Saratoga, they use Kentucky Downs as well for the Complete Digests. So especially Del Mar and Saratoga, this big holiday weekend, Pacific Classic Day, good day to use this promo code. Saratoga has their closing weekend, big stakes races, and some good cards coming up this weekend. Good weekend to try it. Now, it is limited to 1 use per customer, and here's how you use it. Go over to todaysracingdigest.com, click on handicapping products at the top of the homepage, and then click Complete Digest, and then 3-track Complete Digest. That will take you to the product that you want, and use promo code TRD75 off to get 75% off of the 3-track Complete Digest pack. Typically costs $30. You can get it for $7.50. That's a savings of $22.50, and a really good deal for these big cards coming up this big holiday weekend. And as I said, you can use it from now through September 8th, and it is, as I said, limited to 1 use per customer. And keep checking out my Saratoga Quick Pick video shorts, and you'll find those on my YouTube channel by clicking the Shorts tab. I've done 30 of these videos heading into this week, and my top choices have 13 wins, 10 seconds, and a third. So keep checking for those Saratoga videos all the way through the holiday Monday, their closing day. And then if you want a bonus free pick, go over to the runawayhorse.com, my personal website. I have a daily blog there. It's called Better Bets Blog. You can get a free pick from around the country each day at the runawayhorse.com. And then I'm doing my annual Del Mar full cards this summer, and you can purchase the individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages. So go over to the Runaway Horse sales page for more details. And you can also purchase my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com. And that will wrap up this video. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.